back to the Monetary Exchange. I am Cameron Woods, and our third guest today is an entrepreneur, an investor who understands what it takes to build, to grow, and to position yourself for long-term success. He's here to help us see what opportunities are right in front of us. And please welcome R Fogal.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on?
Thanks for having me, brother.
Thank you, brother.
I feel like I'm on Shay Shay.
I'm glad you made it, man. So listen, why don't you introduce yourself to the people so the audience knows exactly who you are?
All right. I'm R Fogal, app developer, overall entrepreneur. I have a lot of eyes in the fire, but getting it all sorted out.
That's real. That's real. So, obviously we're theming the monetary exchange around Black Wall Street. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the history. For some reason, it's hard for us as a community to try to get back to that era. Mm-hmm. But my last guest, Colin Jackson, was speaking about how digitally we have access. And it doesn't have to be a 3-block radius. It can be the world. So for me personally, I want to know, how do you feel about Black Wall Street and what does that represent for you?
I think Black Wall Street showed us that, what's possible if we were able to kind of come together and stick together. However, we see how that ends, right? But how do you avoid that? And I don't, everybody tries to recreate Black Wall Street. I don't necessarily think it needs to be recreated. What's the next evolution of Black Wall Street, right? Because Black Wall Street was Black Wall Street. That's like us trying to recreate Rockefeller, right? It's like, is it gonna hit the same? Probably not, right? Yeah. So I think, the challenge for, our generation, the next generation, is to figure out what it looks like to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we see the foundation, but how can we build upon that foundation and create our own infrastructure?
That's beautiful. I got a few questions for you. When do you look for, or when do you decide to invest in a business or a person?
Man, you know what? I haven't necessarily struck out yet. So I think I just got a good barometer, man. Like, I just come across, certain dope people and I just be like, yo, like, let's go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just try to be the person that I wish I had. Got you. So it's like, yo, like, some people, man, they're dope. They just need that extra
support.
Yeah. So that's it's right. Like, like, why not? It's like, yo, you say you do what you do.
Sure.
I got tools so you can do what you do. Come on. That's real. And we figure it out.
That's real. It's like they're saying, like, you can take them to the water, but you can't make them drink it.
Yeah. And I mean, like, like yourself, you showed up and you showed out. It was like, all right, cool. And, even with that in mind, it's like, I think it showed other people, oh shit, it is, what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to wait, right? Mm-hmm. So that's all.
That's very true. That's very true. And I remember when we first came up with the concept of the slate, and we had that conversation. And I remember I was at work that day, and literally like a week later, we was doing it. Yeah, and for me, it was like,
it don't take 30 meetings.
It was exactly what you just said. Like, you just said, "Come on, let's just do it." And then next thing you know, and it was so convenient because we was in the comfort of our own homes, but it was still possible. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with that.
I'm pissed off because that software company shut down though. So really? the streaming company I was using, man, they shut down. They folded. I was like, I went to go log in. I paid for a year, brother. So yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. I got a follow-up question. So you kind of answered this in a sense, so I'm gonna go to the next one. In your view, what can today's entrepreneurs learn from the legacy of Black Wall Street that they can apply today? I know we said we shouldn't wait.
Put your egos to the side.
Egos to the side?
Put your egos to the side and do what's best for the community, the culture, and your family.
Yeah.
So if you're able to do those things, because sometimes we want to be like the guy, not realizing it's like, yo, like, it takes a lot of moving parts to make things happen. So if you're able to put, the ego to the side for the overall good of the project, then it's like, bro, like, you can accomplish so much more, but it's very difficult for people to not be the head marquee. It's like, bro, all right, everybody starts, I just posted this, right? Rocky is a horrible boxer. Horrible boxer. Like if you go back and look at those movies, he's horrible.
Yeah.
However, the fact that he kept getting back up made him a champion, right? So if we can incorporate just that thought process, like you don't have to be the best in your field of endeavor. As long as you just keep getting back up and you keep, you know what I'm saying, like homing in and you keep, you know, adjusting the focus, you'll become a champion, man. But you just gotta put your ego to the side and just keep getting back up.
That's real. That's real. So, what are the warning signs you see that tell you a business isn't ready to grow?
Ownership.
And what does ownership look like to you? Is it a mindset, a lifestyle? Is it...
Lifestyle is manipulation. People who pay attention to lifestyle, they're easily manipulated.
I understand.
But, you know, when you look at just the head person and what their core values are, and if they're really like living up to it, I just watch, bro. Like I don't have to talk to everybody. I ain't got to be friends with everybody. I just watch.
Right.
And
proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. And I mean, I approach who I need to approach based upon if it feel good. If it don't feel good, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with waiting my turn. So
that's good. That's good. How do we get more people on the ownership side of things, like real estate, tech, and beyond?
Education. I think that it's not really. We know we need to educate ourselves, right? However, we look at social media and we feel like, oh, they're there, but you don't see the work that many of these people have put in, right? I've had the privilege of going to Atlanta, going to these conferences, having conversations with the people who people will look up to and say, oh, you know, you're that guy, only to realize, oh shit, you've been working like I've been working. It's just, you caught on first, right? So I think that understanding that you still have to educate yourself, especially with the AI and all that. Oh my God, bro, like being in the tech space right now is heaven and hell at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because right when you think you got some shit pegged, you don't. because ChatGPT 5 comes out and now it can do it. So now you got to figure out another angle. It's just like so many different things that as an entrepreneur, you have to really take on and say, all right, you know what? I'm dedicating my life to be a lifetime student, and I realize I don't know everything, and I always have to be willing to learn. Once you accept that mindset, you'll notice a big change within yourself, and then you step out the way and you allow the universe to do what it do.
And that's valid. I think that's all the way around, you know, when it comes to an individual. And I guess I could just speak from personal. You know your strengths and you know what you're good at. But the only way that you can become great at that is to know what you're not good at and allow that support to come in. More so humbling yourself, educating yourself, like you said. And also knowing that you don't have to be that guy. You just got to be a guy that's a part of the process, that can be a piece to the puzzle. So collectively, we can make it make sense.
Facts.
So
and then that way you're always a part of the conversation.
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true.
It works.
Now, when it comes to local, the network, when it comes to the brand, you got local golf now, local golf club. What's your why?
Man, because I just want to have fun for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Seriously. My kids, they grown, and I just want to have fun, bro. And I want to show other people that, like, we are going through this experience one day at a time, but it don't have to be a struggle. It don't have to be stressful. But I just want to create dope shit and have fun along the way, and make sure, you know what I'm saying, like, just make sure I'm always smiling.
Okay.
So
it's funny. I was just talking to my brother Larry about that, and he was like, we were both talking about doing what you love until it produces what you need. And a lot of us, you know, we may have struggle stories. We may have been to the bottom of the bottom before, but then it's like once you get up, you kind of get complacent and never want to return to the bottom. But the bottom is where the foundation is laid. The bottom is where the roots rely. So for me, I don't know. Just talking to both of y'all is more of a confirmation where it's like, okay, I am in this season as I'm educating myself financially, working at the bank, as I'm educating myself when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to nurturing relationships. Like, you know a lot of people, but do you really nurture the relationships? Do you actually invest the time that they invest in you? Do you support them in the ways that they support you?
You want to know something to that point?
Go ahead.
And I hope I plant a seed with whoever watched this, right? I was about to send a text message to somebody yesterday, and I'm texting and driving, but I came across a name, and I was like, damn, I ain't holler at my homie in a minute. So I'm like, you know what? Let me text him instead, right?
Yeah.
So I just text him, I'm like, bro, just thought about you real quick. Hope all is well. How's your mental? Right? And it's my homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just sometimes in life, life get to life and time get to passing. So it's like to that point where it's like, man, like just getting back to the stuff that really matters and the people that matters.
Yeah.
So great point. My apologies.
No, you good. You good. In closing, I got 2 more questions. I think you're definitely going to be able to feed the audience what they need. The first one, what's one particular step our audience can take this month to strengthen themselves financially and collectively?
Be honest with yourselves. Like dedicate. So my challenge is if we start on Sunday, which is when the week actually starts, and you subtract an hour a day from social media, right? So you start on Sunday, and then by the end of the week, you down to -7 hours, right, on social media, and tune back into your life. So that hour that you took away from social media, do something productive within yourself, whether you're reading a book, whether you're listening to a podcast, whether you asking ChatGPT 30 million questions, whatever, and writing it down. That's
writing it down.
And writing it down is So if you just do those things, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't help but to be better by the end of the week, and then reevaluate yourself honestly and stop lying to yourself. So I think, bro, like
No, but I can speak.
I could go down a whole.
You get to that point where you being honest with yourself in all aspects, where it's like, let me analyze myself before I ask ChatGPT, and let me get to a point where I realize maybe I can't afford this or I can't afford that, whether it be with time, money, physically. I can't afford it in order to get to where I see myself or where I believe God is calling me. So that's very true. Very true. Last question. If you had one sentence to spark a new era of Black Wall Street, what would it be?
One sentence? Do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it anyway. They said no, do it anyway. Because whether you succeed or fail, they're going to talk shit anyway.
True.
You know what I'm saying? True. So it's like, yo, just do it anyway. Whether it's good, bad, don't matter. You did it.
I think that ties back to what you were saying too, as far as just being happy with yourself. Like, if that's what's gonna make you happy, just do it anyway.
Bro, 90%, 95% of anything you've seen has just been because I just did it anyway. I asked people, shit ain't work out, did it anyway.
That's great. That makes a lot of sense. Man, but I thank you for joining us today. You know, definitely gonna look forward to seeing you on September 25th. September 25th, the Monetary Exchange will be happening. Doors open up at 5:30 at Mrs. O's. JR will be in the building to be able to talk to anyone that attends and also be able to establish a connection so you can actually get to know this man and know what he can do, what impact he can provide, and obviously vice versa, because that's why we're there, to network and build. So thank you. Till next time. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Monetary Exchange, where we leverage relationships, establish connections, build businesses, and focus on financial literacy. Yes, this is the Monetary Exchange. Stay tuned. Next one, be bigger and better than ever. I am your host, Cameron Woods. And this is the Monetary Exchange. Till next time.